Sometimes we need entropy before we can establish an order state. For example, in 3D printing, we have a solid material with a filament that comes in, and it goes through a process of heating. The molecules in the solid state are in order. That's why it's a solid state, and in firm, in a steady state. Goes through the heating process and becomes disorder in the molecule state. It reaches a boiling point, and well, not necessarily a boiling point, but it reaches a high temperature state where it's able to decompose that order state, form stable state of stability, to an unstable state where everything is mushy and flexible and liquidy, before it's able to recompose again through the 3D printing process in the cooling state into an order, a stable state again. So this entropy that takes place here is actually necessary for this process to take effect. If you can grasp that concept that I just explained here, and I'm not a guru in any particular subject, let that be clear. I am sort of a guru in the stuff that I do because I've managed to do that for so many years that eventually I built up a good amount of knowledge on as far as the aircraft, miniature aircraft that I design. I know what works, certain tricks that I employ, that how that affects the model, and eventually you get to a point where you understand those things on a more deeper level. So when I talk about entropy, as far as the process that takes place here to this application here, the same thing happens in our world, in our real world, what we call reality. So keep that in mind. If we were to maintain a level of balance and equilibrium, and that happens with everything, the common sense logic is that you're in a stable state. If you can train your mind, to consider that at times of imbalance, at times of uncertainty, in times of de-equilibrium, the opposite of equilibrium, you can manage to come back to that orderly, stable state. Keep that in mind. Mario with MIA Microflight. Stay tuned for more.